Hi, I'm
Hi.
Jacob.
Hi, I'm Amy Alfonso, the school psychologist here at JP.
How does a person develop social phobia, and what are the causes?
Well, social phobia is something that a student would develop in either adolescence or teenage years, youth or adolescence, and then of course it can go on to adulthood. And like many other disorders, there's a continuum. So how it might affect someone in school is one might be very nervous or have a lot of fear in terms of speaking in front of the classroom, hands sweaty, kind of heart palpitating, but still be able to get in front of the classroom and speak. Where on the other side of the continuum is true social phobia, that is a medical diagnosis, and one might lose sleep, not be able to eat, all because they're nervous about being in front of a group of people thinking they're going to be judged.
Oh wow. Have you ever witnessed a student freak out before competing?
Well, some students don't feel comfortable public speaking, so they have to be supported. You know, it's important for them to know that they have a place where they can take chances, be safe, they're not being judged. Everybody gets nervous, even those who are most prepared, so it's not unusual for students who have a little bit of that phobia to feel, nervous.
Have you ever had a student that was afraid of speaking in front of the class? If so, do you remember the circumstance?
Yes, I've had many students over the years, and typically what they do is you can tell in their body language that they just kind of shut down and kind of, scrouch down in the seat and just kind of look away. Or I've actually had students who will approach me after class and say, hey, Mr. Poole, I really don't like speaking in front of people, and, is it cool if you don't call on me? Or they'll send me a note and tell me that kind of stuff. So, yeah, those are the circumstances usually.
Anxiety can interfere significantly with daily routines, occupational performance, or social life, making it difficult to complete school, have friendships, and romantic relationships. GWS, the vessel that carries the great fears of performing in front of hundreds of people.
What made you realize you were finally comfortable with public speaking and being able to perform in front of the class?
Well, at first it was difficult to perform in front of people, but then I would prepare by rehearsing for hours of what I'm going to say when I perform, and then the day of, I would perform to my best of my ability and not care what other people think of me. Just go full out and do my best.
What causes you to be scared of speaking in front of people?
In 6th grade, I kind of realized that I talk a lot, and that was pretty annoying. So I figured maybe if I didn't speak too much, it'd be less. And then over time, I kind of just stopped talking to people.
As a psychologist, you must have seen a few students go through social phobia. How do you recommend these students to overcome or challenge their fears?
Well, if it is a student with kind of mild fear, like many students, I would say practice, practice, practice. Maybe rehearse, if you have to do a speech in front of the classroom, rehearse it in front of a mirror, take deep breaths. But if you are at the spectrum of it's really affecting you, probably going to your general doctor and getting a recommendation to go see a psychiatrist. And they would be the one to diagnose social phobia, and there's different ways of treating it. One is through therapy, and one is through medication.
Well, it's a confidence thing, and it's not just confidence in speaking, but just overall in just everything that you do, how you interact with others, how you carry yourself, if you're confident in the subject material, if you're confident in the assignment. So I think it just ends up, boiling over into other aspects, and it affects you in a lot of different areas, not just the speaking itself.
And also, what would you recommend for a new coming drama student of how they can be comfortable performing in front of people and how they can be a better actor?
I would recommend to just be yourself. That's the most important thing, and to not care what other people think of you, and to just try your best, because honestly drama is amazing and it's really impacted my life. Just performing in the shows here at GWS, I've gained a lot of confidence. My acting skills have improved tremendously. Masterson's the best. I learned a lot from him, and this is the best years of my life, just
Wow.
performing in the school.
So how do you think that being able to perform in front of people affects your schoolwork? Do you think it helps you become a better student, being able to go up and speak in front of people?
Yes, because being able to perform in the shows, you have to have a certain GPA, a 2.0 minimum, and no Fs. So that really helps us strive to do better in our studies because we want to perform and we want good grades. So they go in hand with each other, and I think it really helps. And for starters, for drama, I would say that it's not that hard as you think. Honestly, anybody could act as long as you just try your best, and yeah, that's basically it.
Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting 40 million adults and teenagers. It is highly treatable, yet only about one-third of those suffering receive treatment. Do you have social phobia?